welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Kristen. This is my booktube. And for this week's video, we are doing yet another reading vlog slash week in my life because I have some fun things happening this week, but I still want to keep it book related. So we're also going to be talking about the books that I'm reading and the progress that I'm making this week on them. Today is Monday, April 22nd. It is Earth Day for those that celebrate, which should be everyone, because without the earth, we literally don't have a place to live. So happy Earth Day, everyone. And it is about 11 o'clock in the morning. I am at my office, as you can probably tell if you're familiar with my videos. Trust me, this poor lighting and blank wall situation was not my choice. We're just working with what we got, and this is what we got, okay? But I did want to just go ahead and start this reading vlog off on Monday. It's a good starting point, and I have been reading today. I have been moseying my way through the 0 Days audiobook by Ruth Ware. So I think the main focuses of this reading vlog are going to be finishing Throne of Glass. I am still a little over halfway through that book, so I have less than 200 pages left to read, and I'm really hoping that I can at least make it most of the way through that this week. I might not completely finish it, but it would be really awesome if I could. And then I also would like to finish 0 Days, just because that is a book that I already have in progress. And I believe that the loan on that book from my library is up in a little over a week. So the faster I can finish it, the better for me. And then we'll see what other ones I can get to. I may read a little bit of The House Across the Lake. Maybe I'll even get to start Yours Truly this week. It just depends. So yeah, like I said, I'm at work right now. It is a little after 11, so I have like 5 or so hours left in the work day. So there should be plenty of time to make some progress in the 2 audiobooks that I have. And then when I get home from work, I need to do some meal prepping. I did do a little bit of cooking on Sunday, but I really just made one dish and then I had some leftovers that I brought for lunch today. So after today, I don't really have anything that I can bring for lunch the rest of the work week. So we need to fix that when we get home. And while I do that cooking, I'm going to just listen to one of my audiobooks so that I can make some progress with that. And then we'll see how I'm feeling after I'm done cooking. I may pick up Throne of Glass towards the end of the night just so I can make some progress, but we'll see if that actually happens. So yeah, that is the plan for the rest of the day. And let's just go ahead and get to it, because the longer I talk, the more I'm gonna have to edit later. So we're gonna keep this as short and sweet as possible. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd. It is about 6:30 in the morning and I just woke up. So I thought I would give you a bit of a reading update before we get started with the day. So last night I did spend a bit of time reading Throne of Glass. I read to page 253, which is chapter 34 in this book. So we're making progress. I have about this much of the book left. But yeah, we're getting deeper into this book. We're over the halfway mark. According to Goodreads, we are about 60% of the way through this book. There haven't really been any reveals yet. Someone did make Selena mad enough to where she kind of showed her abilities just a little bit. She basically kicked this one guy's butt because he was talking crap to her, and it just made her mad. They were like paired up for this sparring challenge thing, and for some reason this guy decided that it would be a good idea to talk some shit before they actually start. Call me crazy, I don't think that it's a good idea to rile up your competition before you enter the ring, because all he did was make her mad. Then she like had him flat out on the ground in like maybe 10 seconds without even using a single weapon. So I don't think that was the brightest idea from this dude in the book. Which, yes, the whole reason that she's been holding back is so that people underestimate her. But even so, just in general, probably not a good idea to rile up your competitor before you're about to face off with them in the sparring ring, where if you don't do a good job, you're going to be eliminated. So like, I don't know, it just seems counterintuitive to me to rile up your opponent so that they get angry and potentially fight better, which is exactly what happened. But then again, no one ever said any of the other champions were particularly smart. So maybe I'm expecting too much out of these other champions in this book. Maybe they don't have critical thinking skills like that. And then also there is still some malevolent force/beast wreaking havoc in the castle. I have honestly lost count of how many tributes. I keep wanting to call them tributes because this whole competition, like I said before, is giving me Hunger Games vibes, but they're champions, not tributes. I have honestly lost count of how many of the champions have been found murdered in this book, but there's been a lot. Like, I think there were 2 or 3 more bodies that were found in the 40 pages that I read last night. So whatever this beast is that is like mauling people and eating their organs, they seemingly have a pretty big appetite. And there also hasn't been any hints to like a pattern of the attacks, like if they happen every week, every couple days. There hasn't really been any information like that to establish a pattern for these attacks. The only thing that they really have in common is that each of the victims that they found has been like half eaten. Specifically, it looks like whatever is attacking them is eating their vital organs, like their intestines, their heart, and their brain specifically. So my money is still on that it is some sort of magic that is transforming someone in this castle into a beast. And they're trying to keep it under wraps because magic is illegal. And it seems like something is up with the Duke Peregrine, who brought along Cain as his champion. Because not only has he been acting weird, but Cain's also been acting weird. So yeah, those are some thoughts that I'm having right now. As you can see, I have been adding some more tabs as I come across different things that I just want to mark out and like comment on for later, Kristen, because I probably will end up rereading this series at least one more time. So I thought it would be fun to have some of those reactions noted down. As you would have seen, I did read this a bit last night while I was in bed, but that was not the only thing that I read last night, because I also did pick up my Kindle. Well, not pick it up because it's on this little arm. I picked up the remote to my Kindle. After I ended off that time lapse that you guys just saw, I thought that I was gonna fall asleep because I was pretty sleepy. But I just couldn't. I think that I drank too much caffeine earlier in the day. So it was keeping me awake even though I felt tired. So because of my inability to fall asleep immediately, I did also read some of The House Across the Lake. I read about 20 pages of that book. So I'm on page 110, I believe, in the Kindle version. I also did listen to more of 0 Days while I was at work yesterday. And I got a bit of the synopsis wrong for you because I was going off of what I knew from the first like 30 minutes of the book. Turns out you get more information about like 2 hours into the book about who these characters are and what they're doing. So I said initially that this book is about a couple that is into hacking and they were breaking into a building in the very beginning of the book. What they don't tell you is that they're not doing anything illegal. So I forget what the term they use is. They are hackers, but they are contracted hackers that are hired by companies to stress test their security systems. So there's this whole scene at the beginning where the main character is breaking into this office building and her husband Gabe is on the phone with her, talking her through the security systems, and he is like actively hacking into those security systems from their house on his laptop while she's like, you know, doing her spy thing, like crawling through vents and like dropping down from the ceiling, plugging USB sticks into different servers and things to give someone a virus, you know, that kind of thing. And throughout that whole scene, you are kind of led to believe that they are like actually hacking into this company, that it is high stakes if they get caught. then they're going to jail. So they make you think that through that whole first scene. But then she does get caught, and she explains that she was hired by an executive in the company to stress test their system. And what they essentially do is they act like they are hackers that are going to try and infiltrate the system. And then based on what they are able to do before they are forced to leave or get caught, they then have to present a report to the company and the security team of what they're doing well and what they need to work on. They take her to the police station and, question her for a few hours, it seems like. And then when she's finally released, she returns home. I think she said she made it home around like 4 in the morning or something like that. And when she gets home, she discovers the scene of her husband who has been brutally murdered. And that's about all that's happened right now in the book. She is staying with someone while the police process the crime scene. I think it's her sister, but I could be wrong about that. But in any case, she is staying with someone else for the time being. And just based on the police questioning that has happened so far, it already seems like they are very suspicious of her specifically. So that is pretty much all that I've gotten through in 0 days. I did have to pause it throughout the day while I was doing other things, but I do have some things that I need to take care of around my apartment before I get ready for work. So I'm gonna listen to some more of it for about 30 or so minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the day, and I will check in with you guys a bit later. Good morning, everyone. I know the lighting is really weird right now. It's because it's like 7 a.m. and I have like one lamp and my bathroom light on, but this check-in won't take long. So please just bear with me for a minute. I didn't end up recording much at all after my last check-in yesterday morning. I ended up just going to work, and I listened to quite a bit of 0 days while I was at work. I am over halfway done. I think I'm around 60 to 70% right now. So I listened to that for most of the day. Then when I got home from work, I was on a mission to make some friendship bracelets. And the reason why I made these is because today I am going to a Dallas Stars game. It is my first hockey game ever. I have barely watched any hockey before, and I've definitely never been to a game, so this will be a fun experience. And yeah, since I know like pretty much nothing about hockey, and this is my first hockey game, I thought it would be fun to make some friendship bracelets to hand out to people when we go to the game. They're both generic, they just say Go Sports. And they're green with little clear iridescent stars. So yeah, I made 8 of those last night. And if you haven't made friendship bracelets like this before, it is way more time consuming than you think it would be. It took me like 4 hours to make these 8 bracelets. Ridiculous. And I didn't even like drop any this time. Normally what takes me so long is because as I'm tying, usually I drop a bracelet at least like once. That didn't happen, thankfully. I did fling all my beads across the room. I had them on a little tray and it started to fall. And in the process of catching it, I accidentally flung it and the beads went everywhere in my living room. So yeah, I did have that mishap, but that didn't really slow me down much. I didn't record anything because there wasn't really a good way to set it up to record because I was literally just like hunched over on my couch making these. I couldn't think of a good way to record it without just like, zooming in weirdly on my torso, so I didn't record that. And then after I finished those bracelets, I did go lay in bed and I had the full intention of reading my Kindle and putting in a time lapse for you, but I fell asleep almost immediately while reading my Kindle. So the time lapse that I ended up recording is like 90% just me sleeping. So really not much progress made there either. I think I maybe read like a page or 2 before I fell asleep. And then because I fell asleep doing a time lapse using my phone died in the middle of the night, and then I didn't have an alarm this morning. Luckily though, I normally wake up really early, so I woke up at 6:30 anyway, and that is where we are now. The plan for today is I still have to go to work. I'm about half ready to go. I have like my clothes on and stuff, but I still need to make my coffee, pack my lunch, all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready to go to work. Then I'm gonna be at work until around 4. One of my friends actually lives really close to the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Stars play. So after work, I'm gonna go over to his apartment and just kind of hang out with him for a little while until it is time to head to the game. After work, I'm gonna come back here and I'm going to change into a green shirt I don't have any Dallas Stars merch, so my options are pretty limited as far as green shirts that I can wear. And it's basically between a perfect attendance shirt from elementary school and a St. Patrick's Day shirt that says I'm here for the shenanigans. So I will have to decide between those later today. I do also have a green shirt that says this is my lucky shirt, but I think it would be funnier to wear one of the other two, so we'll see what I end up wearing later today. And yeah, then we will be in full hockey mode. I do have an impromptu read that I want to start today in honor of my first hockey game. I almost said the movie, and that is the book Icebreaker. I have the audiobook already downloaded on Everand, and so I'm gonna start that today. I don't know what to expect from this at all. I'm just hoping that by tonight I can make some hockey jokes, even if they're like bad ones, because there are some people in the group that I'm going with that really love hockey, and I think it would be funny to kind of like mess with them and like refer to hockey as, I don't know, say soccer on ice. But yeah, so that is my plan for the day. I'm gonna go finish getting ready and get started with my day. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Just brushed my hair. Why is there a knot? This is honestly a tragedy. I literally just brushed my hair. Why? Why are you here? How did you escape? Who sent you? Anyways, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, February what? What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh my God. And I was gonna say the 25th too. That's not right either. Whoo. Today is Friday, April 26th, and I did not record at all yesterday because I was not feeling great yesterday. So the last clips that you would have seen were probably me at the Stars game. I did end up drinking at the game, and even though I thought I drank enough water, I woke up with a pretty bad headache the next day. It's definitely not the worst hangover that I've ever had, and I think it had more to do with the fact that I was just not hydrated enough going into the night, and I also didn't eat enough earlier in the day. So I think that those two things just caught up with me towards the end of the night and into the next day. So because I wasn't feeling great yesterday, I did not read at all. I literally woke up, rolled out of bed, logged on to work, and then as soon as I was done working, I just sat on my couch and kind of chilled out. I did some crocheting, but that's literally all I did because I just wasn't feeling great. So yeah, there was nothing to update on, so that's why I didn't update yesterday. But today is a new day and I am feeling back to normal, so we can continue this vlog now. I don't remember when my last update of what I've read so far this week was, so we're gonna do a quick recap of what I read on Wednesday. In honor of the Stars game, I did start a new book. I started a hockey romance, which I know is like a big trope in the romance book community. At least I had heard, but I had never physically seen myself all of the different hockey-themed romance books that there are. I mainly knew about one, and it was Icebreaker. So that's the one I chose to start on Wednesday, but there are so many of these books. It's actually kind of insane. Yeah, so I started that book on Wednesday at work solely because I was going to a hockey game that night and I thought it would be a fun book to listen to as I worked that day. And it was interesting. I will give it that. I am still only about halfway through the book and I will finish it. And I do have a lot of things to say, so there may be a whole video coming just about that book because, oh my gosh, that book is, it's something. I'll say that. That book is something. I don't know what, but it's something. So check back in with me in a couple weeks or so, and maybe I'll have my thoughts fully formed enough to give you a plot summary video. But that is way in the future, and we are talking about what I've read this week. So yes, I did start that book, and I believe that's the only book that I've made progress in since we last spoke. I am still working on 0 Days. I think I have about like 3 or so hours left in that book, and it is due back to my library soon, so I do need to finish that within the next couple days. And then, like I said, I'm still halfway through Icebreaker, and I think I'm about 55 to 60% of the way through Throne of Glass. And I'm on page, I think, like 112 out of about 350 in The House Across the Lake. So there's a general update of the book progress. And yeah, it is getting close to... It is about 11:30 right now. I have already been working today. I'm gonna start figuring out what I want for lunch, start making that, and then I also need to do a little bit of cleaning in my kitchen. So I will check back in with you guys a little bit later when I have some more stuff to tell you. Alrighty, y'all. Good morning. Today is Saturday, April 27th, and it is about 9:15 in the morning. I woke up a little bit ago. I just got dressed for the day, brushed my teeth, did all of that stuff, and I'm about ready to just get on with it. So, as you would have seen last night, I did not really check in or film much after I last spoke with you guys, and that is because I fell asleep on my couch like really early, and then I woke up at like 2 a.m. and had to mosey on into bed. So the clip that you just saw of me reading, it was like 2:33 a.m. when I was reading, because I accidentally slept on my couch for like 4 hours. And then I think my body was like, oh yeah, we've gotten like 4 hours of sleep. We're good to go. And I was like, no, it's 3 a.m. I need to go back to sleep. So because I had a little bit of a hard time going back to sleep, and I did really want to lay in bed and read for a little bit before my untimely accidental falling asleep, I decided to just read a chapter or two, and that did the trick. That got me right back to sleep, and here we are now. I do have a couple things that I need to do today. I need to do some cleaning up in my living room. I had to hastily switch my purse from my big purse to a smaller one for the Stars game, and I was in a hurry and panicking because I couldn't find the things that I needed. So I just dumped my purse out on the couch, and it's still just sitting there. So I need to go through that. There's also some empty boxes around my apartment that I need to break down from different deliveries and things that I've gotten recently. So there's just like some general tidying up that needs to happen in the living room. The only other things that I really have planned for today are to read a bit more of Throne of Glass. I'm on page 263 of, I think, like 405, something like that. So we have about 140 pages left of this book, and I would like to finish it pretty soon. I probably won't finish it in this reading vlog because I gotta end this reading vlog soon so that I can get it uploaded. But fear not, the end of this book is coming, and I will probably finish it within the next couple days. Hopefully I'll finish it in April so that I can talk about it in my April wrap-up, but we will have to see. And then once I am done reading this for today, we're going to end off this vlog, and then I will start editing it together for you so that you can see it starting tomorrow. But yeah, so that is the plan, and I guess I should just go ahead and get to it.
Hello everyone, me again. I once again did not sit down and film an outro for this video, and I had so much fun making this little meme time last week, so I figured we could do it again because I really enjoyed doing it. My friends thought it was funny, so I'm hoping that everyone else thought it was funny too, and we're gonna do it again. As far as a general reading update goes for what I read this week, I got to page 280 out of 405 in Throne of Glass, so we are getting really close to being under 100 pages left, and that is very exciting. I have some theories, some thoughts that I have already sent to my friend looking like a conspiracy theorist of sorts, but it's all part of the fun. I also got really close to finishing 0 Days this week. I didn't really listen to it much outside of work, and I truly blame Taylor Swift for this one because anytime that I was not listening to an audiobook, I was listening to the Tortured Poets Department. So since that album was out and all I want to do is listen to Guilty as Sin over and over again, it made it a little less appealing to listen to audiobooks at home in my free time. So I'm going to blame the Tortured Poets Department on that one. But I did get really close to finishing 0 Days. I think I have about 3 hours left in the audiobook still, and I should be able to finish that at work next week. And the other audiobook that I was listening to, Icebreaker, I am still about halfway through that one, so I haven't really made much progress there. And that will probably be one that I will finish next week as well. And the last book that I read this week was The House Across the Lake. And in that one, I am still sitting around the 115 page mark, so I haven't really made much progress there either. And yeah, that is it for the reading update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like down below. Let me know. You should also subscribe while you're down there because I put out new videos every single weekend. And yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!